Hello students, welcome to Dynamics of Machinery, Module 1, Static Force Analysis. In the previous classes, we have solved several problems. One problem from slider connection mechanism and one problem from four-bar chain mechanism and one problem from quick return mechanism. Okay. Now also we are going to solve one problem. Here they are given the four-bar chain mechanism. But earlier in the previous case in the previous case we used to have only one link, okay, like this, only one binary link as a connecting rod. But here we have a ternary link like this. So here we have a ternary link. Also earlier in the first problem we had only one force, one external force on the member lever, that is CD. But here we have one more force. We have one more force on point E. So how we can solve this problem? To solve this problem, we are going to use principle of superposition. First, you draw the diagram according to the dimension. Okay, here AB length is 20 mm. 20 mm means 2 cm. So AB length is 2 cm. First of all, draw the fixed link. First of all, draw horizontal line, horizontal fixed link. The horizontal fixed link length is A to D. The length is 50 mm. 50 mm means draw 5 cm horizontal line. Okay, first draw 5 cm horizontal line, and then take your protractor, take 60 degree, take 60 degree. Okay, and draw AB on that 60 degree line. So AB length is 2 cm. See, we are drawing space diagram. We are going to keep the scale as 1 centimeter equal to 10 units. Okay, that means 1 centimeter equal to 10 millimeter, like that. Okay, so 20 mm means 2 centimeter. Okay, we have drawn. Then take your compass, and take 6 centimeter on the compass. Take 6 centimeter on the compass. Keep one end of the compass on B, and using another end, put an arc on C. Put an arc. Okay, still we don't know the point C, but using another end, put an arc. And with the same compass, take 3.5 centimeter and keep one end on D, and with another end put the arc so that it could cut the previous arc. So we got point C. Okay, we got point C. Now connect A, B, C and D. Okay, now connect A, B, C and D. Okay, now take your compass and take 4.5 centimeter in the compass. Keep one end on B, and with the another end put an arc like this. With the same compass, take 2 centimeter, that is 20 mm. Take 2 centimeter. Okay, keep one end on C, and with the another end put an arc so that it could cut the previous arc. We got point E. Okay, and then put these slashes. Okay, if you put slash means it is one link. B, C, E together called as one link, and that is a ternary link. Okay, if you didn't put slash means it represents as the different links, so you must put slashes like this. So we got the diagram now. Okay, we got the diagram now. Now this F2 is acting on E, and F2 is just a horizontal line, draw horizontal line, and this line will be parallel to the line AB. Okay, like that, draw horizontal line, and that is F2, 25 Newton. Okay, 25 Newton. After that, draw E. How to draw this E? Very simple. Just extend this line. Yeah, just extend this line, and mark. First of all, we have to mark point E. Where is point E? Point E is D is 25 mm. That means from D 2.5 centimeter. Okay, from D 2.5 centimeter. Point E. Okay. Now extend this line. Now extend the fixed link line. Now extend the fixed link line like this. Take any one point on this line. For example, I am taking a point here. Okay, here I am taking a point. Take your protector and keep the protector on this point. Keep the protector on this point. Okay, keep the protector on this point. Okay, let us consider that point as uh, X. Okay, put a point on line. It could be on any place. Any place you just put a point. Take your protector and keep the protector on point X, and take 60 degree from this side. Okay, and just draw a line. For 60 degree you just draw a line. No dimension for this, you just draw a line. Okay, it is for a reference purpose. You just draw a line. Okay, so I got the line for 60 degree. Now take your scale and keep the scale on this line and move slowly. Okay, until you reach point E, and draw parallel line on E to this line. Okay, for this line, for this 60 degree line, for this 60 degree line, this is the 60 degree line. Okay, for this 60 degree line, draw a parallel line on point E like this. Now the diagram is complete. This is how you have to draw this force line. Otherwise you can't draw it. Okay, otherwise you can't draw it. You can draw, but that will be somewhat complicated. Okay, if you use this method, means it will be very easy. Now this diagram is over, and mark all the parts, like link number. A and D are fixed link, so 1 1. Okay, number 2 is crank, number 3 is the binary link, sorry, ternary link, number 3 is the ternary link, and then number 4. Okay, mark all the links. Don't want to mark these dimensions. Okay, don't want to mark this dimensions. Okay, that is not necessary. If you already marked, means no problem, but it is not necessary to mark these dimensions. Now we will move to the problem. So we are going to use superposition method. Okay. First of all, you just draw the free body diagram. See, these three diagrams are free body diagrams. Okay. In free body diagram, you are going to draw the links. Draw link 2, 3, 4 individually, except fixed link. Except fixed link, you have to draw the remaining links. Link number 2, link number 3, and link number 4. You have to draw as it is in the space diagram. In the space diagram, what you have? The same thing should be there in the free body diagram with the same dimension and the same inclination and angle. Okay, va? Okay, right. Draw the free body diagram. Okay. I hope all of you have drawn it. Okay, va? In the previous cases, on link BC, there won't be any external forces, but in this case, on link BC, one external force F2 is there. Okay, va? So we have to use superposition method. This is somewhat different, but in a similar way, how we have drawn in the previous problems, the same thing we are going to follow here also. Okay, with the small adjustments. Okay, right. Now we are going to start it. Okay, first let us consider no forces on BC. First, let us consider or assume no forces on BC. So if there is no force means along this line forces will be acting, and here you will have F23, and here along the line, along this line. Okay, along this line, along this line, along this line, here you will have F43. Okay, because next link is 4 and this link is 3. Here next link is 2 and this link is 3. So F23. So two forces will be there. If there is, suppose if there is no external force means, if there is no external force means, we'll have two forces. Okay, we'll just assume we don't have any external forces, and you just draw these lines. Okay, now take the fourth link, and we are going to draw the force polygon for that. Okay, first line of action we have to draw. Okay, so take CD. Okay, so here we have one force. Okay, and if you extend means it will go like this. We know that line of action for all the forces should meet at one point. We will draw F34. Okay, we will draw F34 parallel line. I told you no F34. F34 will be along this. Okay, along this. So draw F34 parallel to that line. Okay, since it is acting on C, parallel to this line, parallel to this line, draw F34. So F34 and F1 is meeting at a point O. So the force which is acting on D will also meet at a D. D will also meet at a O. Okay. So a line of action. Line of action diagram. Line of action diagram for fourth link is over. Now we have to draw the force polygon diagram. We know the value of F1. F1 value is 20 Newton. Yeah, F1 value is 20 Newton. So draw this force polygon diagram with the scale 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. Draw like this. Okay. So first draw F1 parallel to this F1E. Parallel to this, you have to draw F1E for 2 centimeter, 20 Newton, no? So 2 centimeter line. Draw. Okay, va? So F1 has been drawn. Now we have to draw F34 and F14. So this is F14. I have to draw parallel line for F14. I can draw F14 at this place. I also draw F14 at this place. Okay. But if I draw F14 here, the diagram will be, after that I have to draw F34. Okay. Where is F34? This is F34. And this is F34. If I draw F14 here means I can draw F34 here. Suppose if I draw F14 here means I have to draw F34 here, then diagram will be incomplete. So F14 should be here and F34 should be here. Then only diagram will be complete. Okay, right. So you know the rest of the procedures. Okay. Now you have to measure the value of F34. Okay, you have to measure the value of F34. Measure the value. After that, you just take AB link. Okay, you just take AB link. Okay, in that you have to draw F32. You draw F32 like this. Okay, if I draw F32 like this means, see, you have to find out the T1 value. Torque, we know that torque equal to F32 into height. Sir, how to draw this height? For this line, draw a perpendicular line. Okay, draw a perpendicular line, and that line should hit F12. So this is F12. See, this is F32. F12 should be parallel to F32 and in opposite direction. Okay, draw in opposite direction. So this line, this perpendicular line should hit F12. Measure this distance. This distance is called H1. Yeah, this perpendicular distance is called H1. Now T1 equal to F32 into H. Yeah, and one more thing, F34 and F32 are equal. Okay, F34 and F32 are equal and they are acting in opposite side. See this F34 and F23. Okay, they are equal but they are acting in opposite side. Okay, like this. They are equal. They are acting in opposite side. Instead of writing F23, we can write F32. Okay, so that F32 has been drawn here. Okay, suppose if you got see in the actually this distance will be like 1.76 centimeter. What is the scale we had? In scale we had 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. So 1.76 means 17.6. Okay, 1.76 means 17.6. H value is 1.49. So 1.49 means 14.9. Yeah, 17.6 into 14.9. We got the answer as 262 Newton millimeter. Okay, everything is in millimeter. But the problem is not over here. Okay, still we have the problem. In the earlier case, like In the first problem where we have solved, the problem will be almost end here itself. Yeah. But here, since we have this ternary link, since we have this ternary link, also one more force is on the ternary link, the problem is not end now. We have to continue the problem. This is one half of the problem. Next half in the next slide we will see. Once again, you are going to draw the uh, free body diagram for all the links. Okay. Otherwise, you can use the same diagram, no problem. Keep this as it is. Okay. Keep it as. See, in the previous step, in previous slide, we got the direction of F43. Direction of F43 is on this direction. Okay. But now, in this step, it will be changing. How it is going to change? Let us see that. First, draw this diagram again. BEC. Draw BEC again. See here we have drawn BEC. BEC, and then this force member, and then draw this force. Horizontal F2. Draw horizontal F2. It has been drawn. Now, along CD, draw F43. Okay, along CD, that is parallel to CD, draw F43. Now F43 and F cutting at this point. F43 and F2, F43 and F2 cutting at this point. Now from point B, draw a dotted line meeting at this point, and that dotted line is the line of action for F23. Line of action for F23. Now draw the F2 again. Draw the F2 again. Okay, it has been drawn. Now draw F43. We can draw F43 at this place. Okay. Also we can draw F43 at this place. If you draw here means we can draw F23 here and the diagram will be complete. Suppose if you draw the F43 at this place means we cannot draw F23 here and the diagram will be incomplete. So draw F43 here. Okay, va? Now measure the values. Particularly measure F23 value. So we got, I think you will get 3.3 centimeter. F23 you will get 3.3 centimeter. 3.3 centimeter means into 10, 33.2 Newton. Because scale in the last slide for force polygon we kept the scale as 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. Okay, scale 1 centimeter equal to 10 Newton. Okay, so 3.3 centimeter means 3.3 into 10, 33 Newton. Okay, F23 is 33.3. Now draw AB again. And draw the F23 line of action for F23. Draw parallel line. Like this. F23. Okay, va? F23 has been drawn. Okay, now T2 is, once again, in the previous slide also we got T2. Okay, va? In the previous slide also we got T2. Once again T2. Here also we are going to get the T2. T2 is F32 into H2. H2 is just to draw perpendicular line. Okay, just to draw perpendicular line. Now draw parallel line. So this distance is called H. H value is 1.3 centimeter, I think so. 1.3 means 13.2. Okay, so 33.2 into 13.2, 438 Newton mm. In the previous slide, we got the answer as 262. In the previous slide, we got the answer as 262. Now answer is 438. Add both the answer. Add both the answer. Because in the previous slide, here in the previous slides, we didn't include the F2 value. Okay. Now we have included the F2 value. Okay. So you have to add both the values. 262 plus 438, 700. So the torque value is 700 Newton mm. Okay. Torque value is 700 Newton mm. With this, we almost completed the first module. Okay. Still one more topic is pending. That is virtual work. Principle of virtual work. Virtual work means, suppose we are applying some forces. Suppose we are applying some forces in the on the piston. Okay, we are going to apply some forces on the piston. So because of this force, the piston might move little bit distance. Okay, piston might move a small distance. Okay, suppose we are applying a force and the piston is moving for a small distance. Suppose if it is moving for a small distance means definitely it is doing some work. Okay, definitely it is doing some work. But here the whole system is in equilibrium condition. If it is in equilibrium condition means work is not possible. Okay, so what we are going to do means we have to make this work done as zero. How we can make this work done as zero? That is called virtual work. So for that we are going to do small work, small calculation. That calculation is total torque acting in the mechanism and the total applied force. Total applied force means total external applied force. If we add together, you will get the answer will be zero. Okay. If you are going to apply some force and piston is moving, but it is moving for small distance means, so that means it is doing some work. But in the case of static equilibrium, it should not do any work. Okay, so we have to uh, um, make it as zero. If I make it as zero means total external force applied and a total torque. Okay, that should be zero. Force into distance, torque into theta. Force into small distance moved. Okay, that should be equal to torque into small angle moved by the crank. That's what is given here. Okay, so d theta by dt means omega. Okay, omega means angular displacement. Dx by dt means linear displacement, that is velocity. Okay, d theta by dt angular displacement, change in angular displacement. Okay, change in angular displacement per time, that is omega. Dx by dt means change in angular displacement per small time. Okay, that is velocity. Angular velocity, this is angular velocity, this is velocity. So t omega plus f into velocity equal to 0. So the torque will be equal to minus f. See, if we brought f velocity here means, finally if I brought omega down means, that's what he given here. Okay, so what did negative sign explain? This negative sign says that if you want to keep the mechanism in equilibrium means you have to reduce this much torque. Okay, otherwise this much torque should be applied in the opposite direction. Initially, for example, for example, for example, we have the slider crankshaft mechanism like this, and initially we have the torque T1, okay, and it is doing a small work, means I want to nullify this work, okay, no motion should be there, so I have to add this extra torque in the opposite direction. That torque should be F by omega into V, F by angular velocity into V. That is the meaning of it. That is called virtual work. Okay, the small work done, this small work done is virtual work. Okay, concept of virtual work. That's all. With this, first module is over. From next, in the next video we will see the second module. Try to solve this problem and upload it in the Google Classroom. Okay.